Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. All right, let's get straight to the point. Picture this. Luffy, after everything he's been through, all the Nakama he's saved, every laugh, every shout of "I'm gonna be king of the pirates," suddenly starts acting strange. No big speeches, no tears, just discomfort. A silence that grows louder than any punch he's ever thrown. And by the time the crew notices, it's too late. Luffy disappears. Not kidnapped, not defeated. He just decides to leave, alone. Because something inside him was lit. Or, better yet, burned. The curse of the sun god. And today, I'm going to tell you everything about it in this video. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, back in chapter 1152, when Gaban said that Luffy still needed to master Haki better, a lot of people thought it was just another typical training line, but what if it meant more? What if it was a quiet warning? Because what's coming isn't just an evolution, it's a collapse. The truth might lie in that mural shown in Elbaf, the one that talks about the curse of the sun god. That's where we start to see that Nika isn't just a legendary symbol of freedom, he might also be an anchor, an ancient contract made long ago, with consequences no one ever fully understood. And what if by awakening the true power of Nika, Luffy also awakened the other side of the coin? Because where there's light, there's shadow, and maybe that shadow is called Imu. Think about it. If the legend on the mural is right, Imu was the king of the First Age, the one who created the Red Line to divide the world after a rebellion. And what if that same Imu saw the birth of the sun god not as a threat to destroy, but as a power to bind to himself? Let it be born, let it grow, be worshipped, and then, at its peak, pull it in. Now mix that with what we saw in chapter 1150, the Domi Reversi power, where Imu turns Brogy and Dory into demons. It's not just physical manipulation, it's a contract, a spiritual takeover. And what if Nika, the sun god, was also a creation, or a servant, who broke free from that contract centuries ago? And Imu left the curse active, waiting for the right moment to activate it? Maybe Luffy's Fruit Awakening was the signal, a signal that the flame had returned, and now could be controlled. I believe the power of the sun comes with a price, some kind of seal, and once it's broken, it creates a direct link with Imu. And Luffy, being Luffy, doesn't notice at first, but the signs are there. He starts having strange dreams, waking up in the middle of the night with his chest burning, hearing a laugh that isn't his, but sounds like his, a laugh that echoes from inside the Red Line, or maybe from the fruit itself. And then the voice comes, not in his ears, in his mind. An ancient, calm, steady voice that says, "You've done your part, now it's my turn." The crew notices. Zoro's the first. He's always been the one who could tell when something was off with Luffy. Then this weird tension starts spreading on the ship. The Sunny, once a symbol of joy, starts feeling heavy. Robin begins to recall ancient texts that spoke of a corrupted Sun King. Frankie checks the ship's mechanics and finds a hidden symbol in the wood that glows at night, like the ship always knew this day would come. And Luffy himself starts going quiet. Fewer smiles, more silence. Then the day comes. They're in Elbaf. The sky is gold and red. The statue of Nika still stands, but it's cracked. Luffy says he's going for a walk. He walks to a cliff and vanishes. Not taken, not attacked. He just goes. And then, in chapter 1153, which hasn't even dropped yet, but we can imagine, it's revealed. Luffy shows up at the gates of Marie-Joisse, alone, smiling. And behind him, the sunlight bends. Maybe he's not fully possessed. Maybe he's still Luffy, but not the Luffy we know. The hat's still there, but the smile feels fake, like he's still himself, but with something trapped inside. A power he doesn't want to use, but it's burning. And Imu's voice speaks through him, or to him, and says, "Freedom needs control. The sun needs shadow." And then, what begins isn't Luffy attacking his friends, it's distance, silence. Luffy shows up in front of the crew days later, but doesn't move, just watches. Then says, "Maybe I'm not the captain anymore, maybe I need to figure this out first." The world descends into chaos. The newspapers scream, "Monkey D. Luffy, the sun god, appears beside the empty throne." The revolutionaries panic. Dragon doesn't understand. Garp refuses to believe it. And Zoro starts training because he knows. He's always known. If Luffy falls, he has to be ready to carry what's left. All of this may have started with the mural from Elbaf, which tells the following legend. The first world. It was ruled by the Earth God and the Serpent. Humanity was highly advanced and discovered the powers of the Mother Flame, powers the gods didn't want them to access. The king flew to the moon, taking with him winged people and animals who would later become the Lunarians and the Minks. If I had to guess, humans were slaves, seen as inferior, and either were left on Earth or chose not to leave. We can identify Zunesha, possibly as Noah's Ark, and the Maximus Ark heading to the moon. The king was probably Im himself. The people who made the stars, or the fuel for the arcs, may have been slaves who, after suffering so much, prayed for the sun god Nika to appear. They must never meet meet again. As punishment, the Serpent of Hellfire created the Red Line and split the world in two. The second world. This world speaks of a forest god who created the devil fruits, making people's dreams and desires come true, which angered the sea god. People from the moon returned, likely the origin of the Lunarians. Angels fused with the mother flame and the minx. It's likely the moon was destroyed or ran out of resources, or something else went wrong. The knowledge of the mother flame and its power fueled wars and oppression. The sun could be referring to Joy Boy constantly fighting against the powerful, or it might refer to the mother flame itself. The people of the moon would be those who escaped from the previous era, and the people of the half moon are probably the D-Clan. We'll need more context to fully understand what the half moon is or means. Both groups saw a dream and joined forces with Joy Boy. If I had to guess, the devil associated with the sun is Emu, still king after returning from the moon. But he didn't share that dream with the moon people. It's also likely that Emu is the sea god who fears the powers that devil fruits can give people. Those who helped him became gods, like the celestial dragons. The crime Zunesha committed was siding with Joy Boy against their original king Emu. They must not meet again. As punishment, the sea god flooded the world and separated people across different islands. The celestial dragons went to the Red Line, the third world. Right now, the looming shadow, Emu, is reminded of the dream or promise that the people of the moon and half moon once had, and he fears it. As for the sound of the shattered moon, it could refer to a few things. The D-Clan that he's watching, or maybe the moon he returned from. Maybe it was destroyed and that's why they came back during the second world. They will meet again. In the end, the kingdoms that were once divided will reunite into a single Earth. But did Luffy really betray everyone? Or is he just playing the game? Maybe it's all part of a plan. Maybe he wants to get into Mary Joaz from the inside, infiltrate, feel the power of the curse, and break it from within. The problem is, the longer he stays there, the harder it gets to come back. After all, there's still the possibility of a second sun god, a new character who hasn't been revealed yet in the manga, but who does appear in the mural. Could it be that Elbaf had two Nikas? Let me know what you all think. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.